Shalom, first and foremost, I'd like to give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakal Kadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, a great millstone who teach this truth in sincerity. And a shout out to Yakim that's out there on four corners of the earth proclaiming this truth. Brakat the Yahweh, Brakat the Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakal Kadash, Brakat Dum. So, as especially the elect of us, but everyone should know now that the Most High does not dwell in temples made with hands, which is why you're seeing them cast it down, man. It's happening everywhere. Rome is falling. And the greatest part of Rome has been the religious system. And you can see, though, that the Most High doesn't dwell in them places. And the reason why the iconoclasm happened is because they've been making a mockery of us. Well, the Most High will not be mocked. He will not be mocked. Hey, you remember what happened at the very end, the House of Representatives? About 6 or 7 years ago. It was an Edomite, but nonetheless, she had stated this. He will not be mocked, and pretty much had cast down the whole House and Senate, and that, was on C-SPAN. Don't know if you remember it, but nonetheless, though, she was a stenographer, and she said he will not be mocked. Well, who put it in her to say those things? She just felt like that she was to give a message. So the message was that he will not be mocked. And they've been making a mockery of the Most High for the longest, the images of Caesar Borgia. On a side note, Shadow of the Tomb Raider video game goes right into the origins of Easter without it being called Easter, which is an indirect translation. You take the Greek, means Ishtar. So, Queen of Heaven worship. And Shadow of the Tomb Raider shows you both. It shows you how stretched Christianity has molded with the fact that it has nothing to do with the Bible, but rather has everything to do with sun worship, sun god worship, Mother Mary worship, which is the whole thing, If you hadn't caught the re-upload yesterday, go ahead and watch it, because if, collecting eggs and rabbits and all that. But if you're a part of the elect, then you should already know those things. But we still put that out there every year because we love to re-educate ourselves, and just pretty much just kind of laugh, especially if we've overcome those things, because we no longer partake in those things. We know that our family's going to mock at us and it's going to say, well, you're missing out on a good dinner. Well, ham is not something we're supposed to eat anyways. We're not to be touching pork at all, But nonetheless, though, the Most High is casting down this place. And all these incidents all around the world is happening. And he's mustering things up because he's about to return very soon here. But just right around the corner is Jacob's trouble. The time that we will be tempted, All of us are going to be tempted with it. You won't be able to buy, sell, and trade unless you receive that mark. And you can see, though, that pretty much the only jobs that are now available is if you drive a truck, because the businesses aren't in town. The economy is dead. It's a fallen economy. There ain't even an economy. And the infrastructures of America, that ain't going to be built up again. America's already in debt, But they won't tell their people that the main reason they're going to war is because they need the resources. No, they'll just lie to the people and say that all these other countries are terrorists and that they're fighting for freedom. Well, does Iraq look free to you? Since so-called Operation Iraqi Freedom. There would never be a group like ISIS running everything. And what is ISIS? ISIS is Queen of Heaven worship. Does that have anything to do with anything else? No, but they believe within that that they come from the river Euphrates. And that's why they named the group ISIS. Well, who believes that? Well, pretty much Esau Edom takes all the religious philosophies and rolls it up into one. Most of all, he tries to put it into stretched Christianity, the iconoclasm. Pretty much the notion, though, that the Israelites are done away with and that the Gentiles, the whole world, can receive it. And that Yashala, Israel, you just become spiritual Israel. That's what they try to sell you. But that's not how it is, And most of all, though, Yahweh Shai is coming to redeem his elect. Those of us that have stayed true to this and have held up our signs, have held up this fort and occupied until he returns. So very much I'm going to read out of Isaiah chapter 47, which has everything to do with this place, Babylon the Great, America. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Another term for America. Sit on the ground, there is no throne. O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. And everybody knows that that name America, and freedom and all that. No, man, they don't want them there. No, they're sick of it. Take thy milestones and grain mill, uncover thy locks, make bare thy leg, uncover thy thigh, pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered. And that's why, America's been exposed for the ISIS operations, for 9/11, for all these other false flags. That America's behind all of these terrorism. But they blame all the other countries and call them terrorists, but they're the very terrorists themselves. Yet thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance. I will not meet thee as a man. The Most High, Yahweh Shai, when he sends Yahweh Shai, he's not coming as a man anymore. No, he's coming as an angel. The angel. With the angels. And they're all going to look like Yahweh Shai, which ain't going to be those images of Caesar Borgia. It's for our Redeemer. The power of hosts is his name. The Holy One of Yashala. Sit thou silent and get into thy darkness. O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called the Lady of Kingdoms. People ain't wearing that anymore. Lady Liberty, even though you might see that here, you might hear this song, Liberty, 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 like the insurance commercial, but ain't nobody buying anymore. Nah, man. When people are traveling, they don't want to travel to this place anymore. They're going to Mexico. They're going to Brazil. They're going everywhere else. They don't want to come here. They want to go to Europe. I was wroth with my people. I have polluted mine inheritance. I give them into thine hand. Thou didst show them no mercy upon the silent ancient. Hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke? And thou saidst, I shall be a lady forever. And that's what these people think, that America's going to exist forever, that it will just bounce back. You see it bouncing back? Do you see Sears picking up and, trying to rebuild? No, man, Sears is on its way out. Same thing with Kmart, which is a part of it. Payless Shoe Source, nope, gone. No, man, they're outsourcing themselves on purpose because everything's going digital. And on this digital currency, you can't buy, sell, or trade unless you receive that mark because everything's going digital. You notice that, though. Places are going cashless. And that's why you're seeing all these other places gone. And therefore, hear this, that thou art given to pleasure, that dwellest carelessly, that saith in thine heart, I am and no one else beside me. It's got to be American this, American that. Well, what does America make anymore? American pride, well, where is it? Oh, is it Sears Cadillac Company? Is it Kmart? Is it Toys R Us? All these things that so-called, was keep the foundation, you're not seeing anymore. Now that's all closed. Therefore now hear this, thou that give art to pleasures, that dwells carelessly, say in thine heart, I am no one else beside me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. They'll say that that'll never happen in America. But that false flag of 9/11 changed everything now, didn't it? And you thought that, they were fighting a war against terrorism, right? But that war can never be won when they're the terrorists themselves. And what did Iraq have to do with it? Nada. But they got attacked. But thou hast trusted in thy wickedness. Thou hast said, none seeth me. The wisdom in thy knowledge, it hath preserved thee. And thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. And that's why you're seeing all these whorehouses that they call churches being cast down right before your very eyes. All around the world, they're being cast down, being destroyed. Because it's the Most High himself that's destroying these places. Because he's about to make his return. Therefore shall evil come upon thee. Thou shalt know from whence it riseth, and mischief shall fall upon thee. Thou shalt not be able to put off, and desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. Most people don't think that there's going to be a nuclear war. Hell, half the camps that are out there, outside of Great Millstone, they don't even teach that America is going to be destroyed by a nuclear war. That there would be a third woe. They don't even teach that anymore. No, they teach unity in Christ. They even, and some will use the other names, but, in particularly IUIC, pretty much is another version of Christianity. Yeah, they teach you that he's a dark-skinned man, but that's about it. They still got the name thereof, and they still teach the same philosophies. They don't teach that Esau's going to be taken out. They don't teach hardly anything, and then you got all these other camps that teach falsely. Now, man, all that's going to be cast down too, just like he's doing with these whorehouses. Look at the IUIC, how much has been exposed this year. And you're seeing it, man. He's casting down all these places. So pretty much now's the time to know thee and to come out and proclaim this while you still can, to go out and get this while you still can, because the famine of the word is right around the corner. As you're seeing these things cast down, that means he's about to make his return. That means that we're about to go into Jacob's trouble, where you will not be able to buy, sell, or trade unless you receive that mark. That mark is the RFID implant. Don't let anybody else tell you that it's something else, because that's not the way these things are going. That's why everything's closing, because they want everything to be on that mark, and that's going to happen. So hope this has been edifying. Till next time, Barak Yahweh, Barak Yahweh Shai, Barak Shem Rakakadash, Barak Adam. Death to America and death to you 2/3.